and get started, and then.
Sure. All right. Well, thank you again, everybody, for hopping on. A real quick agenda so that we can jump right into the meat of today's showcase. I'm Velleca, the chair of the ACT Telework Council, and you can also see Robin Mack, who is our vice chair, Johan Weber, who is the secretary, was double booked and is unable to make it today. But he really took a big lead in making this event happen. So if you run into Johan on another Zoom, definitely send him some thanks, because he definitely helped make this happen as well. We wanted to give Elizabeth and ACT National an opportunity to give us any quick updates at a high level, and then we will jump right in. But I also just wanted to make sure all of you ACT members who maybe aren't a member of the Telework Council, we do other activities throughout the year that aren't always publicized to all of ACT. So if you are interested, make sure you touch base with Elizabeth or hop into your ACT profile and make sure that you say that you'd like to join the group so that we can add you into the council and let you know of other activities we have planned throughout the year. We'd love to have you. We put on great events and things like this. So we're excited to grow our membership over the next year as well. So Elizabeth, I'll pass it on to you and then we'll jump right into it.
Great, thank you, Allie. Welcome everyone. I just will give couple of really short things. First of all, if you haven't yet registered for the Future of Commuting Summit, I'm sure there will be more conversations about telework, as this is one of the future of commuting topics. That's on April 27th. You can check out our website for more information. The More for TDM Act is being introduced, I believe, this week. They are public policy team did a couple of sessions yesterday to kind of walk people through, steps about educating your Congress people. There's a bunch of information on the ACT website under the public policy tab about that. They are still looking for more co-sponsors for that act, along with Representative Che Garcia. So again, I'm going to direct you to that website to look for more information. And just a quick reminder that early bird pricing for the international conference ends at the end of April. So keep an eye out for that, and hopefully we will see you in Orlando. And I will turn it back over to Allie.
Thank you. All right, so before we jump into our hoteling showcase today, I just wanted to make sure that everyone gets acquainted with who you're going to hear from today. We're going to go alphabetically through the vendors who have agreed to present. So if you're seeing some unfamiliar faces on the screen, that's why. You will get to know their faces over the next hour. And they're going to take us through their products. It'll be super fun and educational and entertaining. I think we'll see some demos as well as some presentations and information. And if you do have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. I'm not sure if we're going to have a ton of time to be able to answer questions, as we do have a lot of folks to cover. But we do want to make sure you see everyone's contact information now, and I'll put this slide up at the end as well. That way, if you did have any questions or wanted to reach out to someone specifically to get more information, you're able to do that, or to share it with any employers that you may be representing. So with that, I'm going to stop share, pass it over to John with AgileQuest.
Thank you very much. Can everybody see my screen?
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you very much for inviting AgileQuest to present. We're going to be talking about hoteling and a lot more. My name is John Vivadelli, President and CEO of AgileQuest. We're the only service-disabled, better-known small business in this marketplace. We've serviced the world's marquee organizations for 26 years. We are the world's best implementers of hoteling. We have experienced a rapid growth with COVID, I think, as a lot of our competitors have as well. The forum is hosted on AWS. It's fully SaaS-based, and we can start with a very small implementation of 5 workspaces up to 500,000. It doesn't matter to us. We are also in process with FedRAMP, and that can be a very important thing if you're in the government or if you care about security of the platform. Our customers are cross-industry, and one of the distinctions of AgileQuest, it's a unique capability for us in the marketplace. is that not only can we make reservations inside your corporation or your facilities, but also outside. So home-based, landlord-based, co-working, so that you can measure and manage the entire place, all the places where your people go to work. So there's hoteling, but there's a lot more. Utilization measurement. You can implement our platform for a month or two to measure utilization. Permanent seat management. We can manage and measure free address without reservations. Meeting room management, integration with smart building systems. Network of space, sometimes called continuity of operations if you're in the government, and business continuity capabilities. And a very big driver is back to the workplace with COVID. And it's all tied together with workplace analytics. How do people experience our platform? There's a lot of different interfaces, mobile apps, a fully responsive web interface, phone, tablet, network, integrations, exchange, full two-way exchange integration along with an add-in, MS Teams, physical access control systems, and network. We also are hardware agnostic. We make no hardware, but we integrate with lots of different platforms. And our analytics platform is second to none. Again, on the integration side, so you can do a transparent check-in by connecting into a physical access control system or through a network, full two-way exchange integration, and an add-in also making bookings from Teams. And we can even connect to Cisco IP telephony so that we can route your extension to the desk you're using for that day. It's a beautiful self-branded web interface. You can use up to 6 pictures of your workplace. You spend a lot of money on it, you might as well show it off. And every asset can have up to 6 pictures. On the same front page, we have upcoming reservations, and you can copy a past reservation. It's a very quick way of making bookings. But the most important aspect of our platform is collaboration. And so we have the ability, you can put your team on the main screen and be able to understand where and when they're working as well. Fantastic mobile apps, again, branding, and you can make reservations from floor plans or from calendar interface or from list interface. You can manage your reservations on your phone. And we also have the capability of doing a QR code. You can put a QR code on anything, bikes, equipment, rooms, and be able to use your phone to book that. We have digital signage from desks all the way up to lobbies. Data analytics, a very big deal, not only for management, but also for end users. People might want to know what the popular times are in their location so that they can pick a time when they want to go to work. And they can also see their statistics about how they're doing with respect to hoteling. Then there's the management capability of taking a look at the entire portfolio worldwide and measuring and managing what happened in the past, but also looking at what's going to happen in the future. Back to the workplace is a key driver for the platform. The number one most important thing is to make sure people trust their management, and being able to come back to the workplace and putting in a system like ours is key to that. No touch capability, again, that QR, so you don't need to have digital signage. You can use your phone. You can partition and stagger red team, yellow team, blue team, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and partition the workplace that way. Social and physical distancing, so you can set up the 6 feet distant, or you can just make a booking and the system will automatically cancel those desks around it so that other people can't sit next to you. Work from home, again, work from anywhere with the platform. Again, a unique characteristic of the platform. Contact and trace, you can take a look and see where people worked. If somebody tests positive 5 days before, 5 days after, and even what meetings they went to. Measure presence and actual utilization so that you can start to understand how much space you really need, and then compliance support. Again, the most important thing is customer success. We've been able to optimize the space for corporations and for all kinds of institutions. Up to $345 million a year in real estate cost reduction. We've been able to, this is the GSA 1800F, 4,500 people into 2,000 seats from 4 buildings to 1. Not only did they save money, but they also cut their energy consumption and their CO2 production. So if you're worried about green, AgileQuest is the platform for you. and then rapid deployment, 1,300 people, 1,000 desks, 9 facilities, all done in 45 days. Please contact us, John Vivadelli or sales at AgileQuest. Pricing is on our website, commercial pricing and GSA schedule. Thank you very much.
Thank you, John. All
You're
right.
welcome.
Next is Shane and Curtis with Kindeco. Shane, it looks like you're on mute.
Sorry about that. So you should be able to see my desktop now?
Yes.
Perfect. Well, I'm going to introduce myself. I'm the Senior Enterprise Sales Manager at Kindeco. We've been in business now 15 plus years, and we've been working with clients for managing their desk and conference room solutions. So when we look at the end user experience, it's really about making it simple, right? How can I quickly choose a space? It doesn't really matter what type of space it is. It could be a huddle space, it could be native integration via Exchange, it could be a parking space, or it could be a matter of, I'm going to be working from home today. So we're going to kind of change up the way we're going to show you this demonstration today. I'm going to kind of show you the end user mobile experience. When you look at how people use the software, most users, when they're booking desk reservations, they're going to be on the train, going into the city. They're going to quickly use their mobile device. So we're going to show you what that looks like. But I also want to talk about analytics as well. As John mentioned, it's extremely important, right? You want to be able to understand what's happening with the organization. What type of spaces are people using? Are they actually showing up to this space? So we have the ability to export all that data via our native APIs to Power BI or Tableau to allow you to create or modify any of the reports you like. So from here, what we're going to do is we're going to show you the native experience for an end user on an iPhone. We also support Android, but we're going to walk you through the ability to book a space within the office. We are, as I transition and Curtis is going to share screens, we are ISO 27001 certified, C-Star certified, GDPR certified, and we're hosted out in the Azure cloud.
To pick up, I'm walking you through the process of securing a workspace in the office through the mobile application. Mobile application, as Shane mentioned, available in the iOS and Android store. It does support single sign-on and multi-factor authentication, so your end users and employees don't have to have multiple credential sets. To book a space, it's real simple. I'm going to tap and change the status and say that I want to book a desk in the office, and it's going to start the process for looking for a space. It will default to your home location and today's date. If you accept those values, you can move on to the interactive floor plan to look for a space on the floor plan. So the floor plan is completely interactive. You can use your touch screen to move around. You can zoom out, pinch to zoom, tap the drag to move from one side to the other floor plan to find the space that suits your needs. Some of the other icons that you'll see in the area, you can see closed desks that are closed for physical distancing. We can close and open those desks with a couple of clicks from the admin console. Desks that are gray are occupied by other employees, and I'll show you how to find those employees a little bit later on. And then, of course, the blue icons are desks that are in cleaning status. I mean, somebody used the desk and it needs to be cleaned before someone else can use it. When I found the space that I prefer to sit, I can simply tap on the green icon, hit book, and this is going to bring up a self-certification. This is an agreement form that is customizable by the organization. Right now it has a COVID focus, but we can set this to any agreement that the organization would like to make. So that could be as simple as I want to make sure that employees clear their desks and agree to clear their desks when they're done with their bookings. So you use this agreement form, we can configure it, we can turn it off, and we can also set different forms for each location. So if an employee disagrees, it will stop the booking process right there. But when they confirm and continue, it will go ahead and book their space in the office. And we'll see the status of the employee has changed, now showing the employee's desk reservation for the day. We have the certification badge below as well, and we're also displaying that the employee has checked into their desk for the day. The check-in process, if a employee books a space on a previous day, a button will appear where you see the check-in button below, and it will also ask them to do the self-certification if you guys have that enabled. We also have the capability through the mobile application to auto check-in based on location. So we use the location settings similar to what you have in like a Yelp or a Google, and we'll use the location settings of the mobile application. Once the employee has come within 100 meters of the office, it will automatically check them into their desk. So what are some of the other options employees have for searching for a space? If you click on book a desk, the blue bar up top gives you the filter of your home location. You can adjust this. So if you have offices in multiple places around the world or around the country, you can select a different country, a different location. And then we also have the capability to look for specific groups of seats. So if you have seating arrangements that are available to all employees, we'll show that in this list here. And we can also restrict groups of desks to specific employees. So think about an HR group or a finance group. They may have requirements that will not allow the basic general population in their area because of the content that they're exchanging. So we'll hide that from the general population, only show it to those to the personnel. And we also see here we have things like parking, commuter van, lockers. These are all personal space types in the system to help you make your spaces reservable. Looking below the blue bar, we have, it shows that there are 2 or 3 days used this week for this employee. So to help control the density in the office, we can control the number of days that employees are able to log into and check into their desks. So in this case, we have a limit of 3 days per week. Once the employee has reached that allotment, it will not allow them to book any additional spaces for that week. So again, this is making so that employees don't have access 5 days a week to come into the office and drive up the population within the office. We also control how far in advance your employees can book. So they can book, as many as 5 weeks in advance, or as little as 1 day in advance, or even same day booking. So we can control the business rules that apply based on your needs in the organization. Last but certainly not least, we can also allow employees to search for a space based on a colleague. So if you're looking to collaborate with a colleague and you want to find that colleague so you can collaborate, I'm going to look for Shane. I'm going to see where Shane is going to be next week. I'll go ahead and search, and it'll show me exactly where Shane is located next week. So it shows Shane is in the office Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, and I can use that information to find my space and book for that day.
Great, thank you, Curtis. All right, next is John with Free Space.
Can you see my screen or not yet? Yes?
Yes.
Excellent. So thanks for inviting me. I think I'm going to be able to get us back on schedule with my very short presentation, but just a couple of quick things here. We introduce ourselves as Free Space, the company that's the science of workplaces. And the reason we take that title is our company was actually founded back in 2011 by Andrew Mawson, who today heads up a different company called Advanced Workplace Associates. We took over the company in 2015 and have been working typically with very large clients on a global basis. But that doesn't prevent us from working with clients in local places as well. I joined the company in July. My responsibility is the Americas, and we are currently working in projects in Canada, New York, all the way down to Rio de Janeiro. So our focus has been not just doing hoteling per se, but looking at the changes that impact workplaces, hopefully in a productive, positive way. So we started with clients who wanted to optimize their portfolio of real estate. They were trying to look at it from a central point, and they were concerned whether some place as far away as the other side of the world had the type of spaces that their employees needed, enough desks, enough phone booths, enough huddle areas, and so on. Then we started providing them with anonymously collected data from our sensors because unlike some of my friendly competitors here, we took a different approach. We actually designed, manufacture, ship, and support our own sensors. We can work with other sensors, but if you want to work with one company that carries it from one end to the other, we do that very well. We also integrate with other companies, but our solution includes sensors, analytics, an app, hoteling software to reserve desks and all of that. We also realized that every change that we brought into a workspace creates the need for change management. So we work with our clients to provide transparency into everyone that's impacted, typically the employees, with digital signage showing real time what's available, what's not, what's occupied, what's being used, and deployed sensors that are multi-capable. So in addition to sensing occupancy or how many people are in a conference room, we can also report back on the temperature, humidity, light and noise levels of any specific place. So if you are in an organization that's transitioning from compliance with LEED to perhaps compliance with WELL, and you want to keep track of those attributes, we are introducing sensors that will even track CO, CO2, VOC, and particulate levels. So all of this centers around providing the type of benefits that our clients have been asking to work with them on. Is, now that we're going through COVID, what will be the right amount of real estate to support the next normal when everyone that we talk to is saying, we're in a hybrid working environment. We're giving our employees the choice, work from wherever you want, all the way to you need to be in the office 3 days a week. How do we ensure that the workplace design that we thought was going to be right is in fact being used in the way that it's being used today? So we're going to collect data and provide it back to analytics. The audit trail of when spaces are clean, whether it's a desk, was it cleaned since yesterday when somebody was here, or whether it's a meeting room, was it cleaned since the last meeting that took place this morning? So we have a completely integrated solution which you can buy by itself, or it can be made to work with our app and our sensors and so on. So again, the approach that we took, because we are probably the only company presenting today that prior to COVID did not have an app. I actually worked for another company that had apps before joining FreeSpace. And what that gave us, believe it or not, is the advantage of we don't have a legacy to support. So we started with a very clean slate. We were able to make this usable enough that our criteria is the only thing you need to know is how to download it from the App Store or the Android store. The rest of it, it should be all the type of GUIs that you are familiar with. Unlike some of my friendly competitors that let you look around the space and pick a desk that you like, we took a slightly different approach, which is tell us what your preferences are. And then in the morning, we will send you a notification of which desk is available that meets the criteria that you selected. You like a window desk, that's where we're going to sit you. You like an aisle, you want to be close to the coffee, that's the priorities we'll keep in place. We've talked about signage, and one of the things that we found in the 6+ years that we've been doing this is a very easy way to communicate what needs to be communicated in a real-time basis to everyone walking into an office, whether it's their first time or their 50th time. You go up and you can see where space is available. It's either green, go, or gray. Somebody is already sitting there. The sensors that we use, again, these are our own. They're manufactured in the UK. and we ship them everywhere. The communications topology that we use is Wi-Fi. We've been vetted by financial firms, insurance firms, government entities for cybersecurity, pen testing, all of that good stuff that the IT department likes to ask us about. We have sensors that operate on batteries, so you can mount them underneath desks without need to worry about wiring. Our other sensors use either local power or PoE or whatever is convenient to deploy. And we obviously have sensors for different types of capabilities. I'm not going to overwhelm you with analytics, but we've got all the data that you can consume and then some. We have lots of ready to go reports. And if you've got data junkies in your organization, let them export it to Tableau, BI, and have at it. And the last thing that I will show you here is in terms of giving you the ability to audit and keep track of what's being cleaned. We have multiple ways of configuring the software. The easiest one is print out a report for the cleaning crew, go clean these desks because they were used, all the way to the provisioning of real-time, sending notifications to clean readers that can scan QR codes and track even how long the place was taken to clean. All right, back to you, Ali. How was that for timing?
My timer just went off. Thanks, John.
Perfect, thank you.
All right, next is Ashley with Gensler Wisp.
All right, let's make sure I get the right screen on. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. So hi, everyone. I'm Ashley Betthauser. I've been with Gensler for 10 years, and within that time, I've worked closely with clients regarding their space management and their desk reservation needs. So to start off just more holistically, for more than 50 years, Gensler has been a leading global architecture and design firm that partners with clients to achieve measurable business and organizational goals through design. Ultimately, Gensler's experience and proprietary research deliver bold insights that help clients grow, sustain, transcend, and transform. Now, Gensler is all about solving problems for their clients, which is why we developed Wisp 20 years ago to help our clients manage their space needs. Wisp is a space management solution that can easily get you information like shown here on the screen at your fingertips. It really goes beyond desk booking though, so that you can plan for whatever type of work style that is needed that people are going to be going back into. Now to get into more of what everyone is more interested in knowing about, which is how to prepare for that hoteling environment, which seems to be all the talk right now. And a lot of facility managers, HR, IT, all these different teams are coming together and really trying to wrap their heads around these types of questions that are on the screen and how to solve them before they have their organizations come back into the office. Now throw in a mix of hybrid work environment where you need to not only track your flex people, but also the people that are going to be coming back in as a dedicated, going back to those dedicated seats. It can really get anyone a little bit anxious trying to figure all of these things out. So how are all these issues and problems, how can they really be solved with that? And so with our mobile experience, it gives those teams comfort in knowing that those answers can easily be solved no matter what type of work style they go back to. Employees have the ability to check into their dedicated seat for the day. Employees can locate a flex seat or a hot desk for the day if they are not going back to a dedicated seat. And colleagues can also look up where other colleagues are sitting for the day. That's going to be a big thing once people come back to the office, especially if you have large workspaces, is you no longer know where people are sitting. And if you're wanting to go try to find them, how do you know besides having to ping them all the time, asking them where they are? And so having that easy ability to just see where that person is touchdowning or sitting for the day is a big aspect as well. So I'm going to do just a quick demo of our mobile experience to give you some insights into it. So I brought it up on my screen, and this is just simulating on a phone what it looks like. And so with that first piece is just trying to find a colleague. So if I go in here and I type in someone's name that I might want to see, maybe I want to go see Christy for the day and talk to her, it's going to bring back the people. And this little check mark indicates that Christy is booked into this desk for the day. So if I go ahead and I tap that space, it's going to bring up a live plan to show me where she is sitting. And so if I go into here, I can see that Christy is on this 4th floor Boulder, sitting in this seat today. Now, another thing I can do is if I maybe am not checked in yet and I want to actually sit near Christy, in these blue spots, I can see where those open and available seats are if I want to maybe sit near Christy today. So I could go ahead and select that seat and it lets me know that it's available. Now, if I go back and I don't want to find a colleague for the day and I just want to go ahead and book a seat, I can do that a couple of different ways. One, I could go ahead and I could just pick a seat like you'd seen on that screen. But some organizations are going back into what we call neighborhoods. And so neighborhoods mean that people are going to go back and they're going to be sitting in a specific area. Maybe they have a certain project there where they have different people that are associated to that neighborhood. Or different kind of departments that are associated. And so one thing that can be done if you are going back towards a neighborhood route is that you can implement that within here as well. So in this case, I'm in an internal sales neighborhood, and WISP knows that I'm part of that neighborhood, and it also knows what floor that neighborhood is associated to. So when I go to choose a seat, it's going to highlight in green where those seats are available in that internal sales neighborhood. Now, if I decided not to go down the neighborhood route, you would just see all of these as blue and I could pick whatever seat there is around there. But I can go ahead and I could select that seat. And then when I check into it, my name is now going to show there. Colleagues can now find me. And then if I want to go ahead and check out of it, I can check out of that as well at the end of it. That gives a very high level, very quick demonstration of just the mobile experience part of it. The other piece that a lot of HR, IT, facility teams are trying to grasp is when people do come in and they check into a seat, having that history of it. So within WISP, it's going to track all the history of anyone that checked into a desk, who they are, their department, where they checked into, what day of the week. And that can be used for contact tracing to see who came in, when they came in. It also can start showing trends of maybe which days of the week, which departments are coming in more often and whatnot. Now, beyond what I had just shown you in that very, very short little demo, I'm excited to share that we're already having enhancements to this that are currently in development. So these are just some of the enhancements that are going to be released very soon and that we're really excited about. So around advanced reservations, so making a reservation for a specific date and time, along with showing any upcoming reservations that you have, QR code check-in, and then on behalf of reservation, which is the ability to reserve a seat on behalf of someone else or for a visitor that might be coming in for the day. And if you'd like to learn more about our pricing, please feel free to reach out. We can give tailored estimated pricing based on your size and scope. Thank you all for having me, and please don't hesitate to reach out to my contact information here. We could support you in any type of environment you're going back to. And if you want to learn more on your own, you can go to genslerwisp.com. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashley. All right, next up is David with Office Space.
All right, let's see here. I'll share this and presenter mode. Let me know if everybody can see that. Workplace management in 2021.
Yeah.
Great. Hi, everybody. Thanks for taking the time today. So look forward to running you through what Office Space software can bring to the table. So Office Space is really a complete workplace management platform. So we not only handle desk booking and hoteling, which of course is very, very important in today's environment. The big challenge that most companies and clients that we talk to have is that desk booking is important, but it's not the only strategy that they will employ as they bring people back to the office. I think, as my colleague at Gensler mentioned, there's more to it in terms of managing the entire workplace, whether it's assigned seating, shifts, and so on. And while desk booking is definitely important, most companies of a certain size and up need a more complete solution to manage the entire workplace. So we've been building office space for 15 years. A couple of years ago, we rebuilt it from the ground up. So full modern web technology, native iOS and Android apps available as well. So we have been approaching this return to the office, like I said, more than just I need a desk booking tool. Again, it's very important, but companies first need to plan how they're coming back to the office and what are all of the tools available to them to do that. And then they need to implement those strategies. Then they need to understand how the space is being used, and then they're going to continue to adapt the workplace. How you come back on day one, how your floor is laid out, how departments are using space, the allocations is going to be different than on day 30, potentially, and day 60, day 90, day 365, and so on, as the world continues to evolve, as vaccines become more prevalent and more people at the end of the day are comfortable coming into the office. So just going to touch on a couple of the tools on the planning side. Social distancing. How can I maximize and optimize the seats that I can use, whether it's 6 feet, 7 feet, 10 feet apart? And again, being able to plan those in a phased approach. You might only have 10% of desks being used in phase 1, 30% desks being used in phase 2. All of that is possible with tools like distance planning, scenario planning, stack planning, and so on. So being able to easily optimize and calculate and figure out from a floor plan perspective which desks you can use as you plan that phased reentry. What about big restacks? You guys have probably all moved dozens or hundreds and hundreds of people. As you come back to the office is probably going to look quite a bit different. Maybe the accounting department is on a different floor. Maybe the sales team is in a different floor, a different building, and so on. And so giving you complete workplace management tools to not just handle desk booking, but everything else that you need to do. And whether you do this on day one or in 6 months, it's a continual need for companies of a certain size of hundreds or thousands and thousands of people. Of course, desk booking, I'm not gonna go into a ton of detail, but there's a lot of rich functionality in the desk booking application in Office Space, whether it's restricting departments, so only IT teams can book IT desks, creating custom rules. Neighborhoods, of course, is something that most companies have been talking about today, which is designating certain areas that certain employees can reserve desks so that you can maximize the use of that. So desk booking works across mobile apps, kiosks, web browsers, Slack, Microsoft Teams, and is obviously really, really important in today's world. There's lots of reporting when it comes to desk booking and hoteling, lots of configurability. For example, configuring our Safeguard product, which is your COVID health attestation, completely customizable. You can use it for anything. Most clients these days are using it for COVID questionnaires. And for example, if you don't pass your COVID screening questionnaire, you won't be able to, to book a desk for the day. Other strategies, only a certain percentage of your desks will probably be hoteling desks. It might be a very high percentage, like 80 or 90%, but we're speaking with a lot of companies where their needs are only 25 to 50% hoteling. Well, what about all of the rest of the desks in your portfolio? This is where sort of the pre-COVID world comes back to life, and managing all of your moves, adds, changes, stack planning, scenario planning. Bob needs to move from desk A to B next Tuesday. Let's schedule that in the system. Of course, that is maybe diminished in the post-COVID world, but it's not gone away completely, other than if you're really going 100% hoteling, which for the most part is going to be pretty rare these days. What about when employees come back to the office? Things are going to be different. Things have changed. Issues are going to crop up. So to have a phenomenal location-based service request system for facilities, for employees to submit a service request. There's a spill in aisle 2, the plant got knocked over, it's too hot, too cold in here. You guys have all received dozens and hundreds and thousands of these requests over your lifetime, for facilities and employees just to literally pull up a phone, drop a pin, and submit a service request to get those issues fixed. Again, taking a more holistic approach to planning and executing your return to office. So that was just a little bit of a glimpse of parts of office space, and then of course being able to understand and adapt your workplace. So lots of reports, out of the box reports in office space, APIs available to integrate with HR systems, with single sign-on, with third-party solutions, badge integrations, sensor integrations, and more. And so that's my quick overview of office space. My contact information right here, and look forward to the rest of the presentation. So thanks very much.
Thank you, David. All right, next up is Maggie with Ben.
Hello, everyone. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to share two different things during this, so forgive me. Can you guys see my screen? Should just have a Robin slide. Okay, awesome. So hi, everyone. My name is Maggie Moriarty. I'm an account executive here at Robin. Historically, I've helped offices with more of the traditional challenges like conference room booking, office navigation, floor plan management. But of course, this past year has swerved our directions quite a bit into helping with the return to office safely, as well as implementing a hybrid workplace culture. So Robin is the first workplace platform that puts people before places, used by businesses of all sizes to successfully manage hybrid work. Robin empowers people to choose how and where they work while providing organizations with the tools and insights needed to succeed. I think the easiest way to learn what exactly we do is to see a live demo of it. So what I'm going to do is share my phone and walk through the actual process for an employee to book a desk inside of Robin. We have a mobile application for both iOS and Android. We find that majority of our users are booking desks on mobile. Everyone's addicted to their phone, so it's just easy to do on the train, in your apartment the night before, all from your pocket. So here in the mobile app, I have this pass. I'm actually a part of our return group, so it's the pioneer group, as we like to call it. I have access to come into the office. When I touch that pass, it tells me which days I can come in. Right now, we can see I can come in Monday through Friday, but as that demand changes over time, more people want to come in, maybe certain people in a survey responded they want to come in more of hybrid, 2 to 3 days a week, we can designate which days that person can come into the office. So for sake of what I can do today, I can book any day, so I'll find a place to work. And now it's being led into my floor plan. It's a really easy color coding system to see what's available and what's not from both a room and a desk perspective. Anything in green is free and available to be booked. We have some dark gray desks to indicate someone's sitting there. If I zoom in, the names of those people at those desks hover over it, which makes it really easy for the employee to find who they want to sit near or who they may even want to avoid, and just collaborate and people find a little bit more effectively. We also have some light gray desks with a slash through. As you can see, I physically cannot book that desk. It's been made unavailable by the admin due to distance planning. Booking a desk is as easy as clicking on it and reserving for the rest of the day. As I go to do that, you'll also see that there are amenities at that desk to let me know that not only is that desk free, but I also have the tools added to get my best work done. But what about, I think the workflow of coming into the office is totally different now. It's not going to be very spontaneous. It's going to be a lot more intentional and planned. So with that being said, Robin allows you to book in advance and for multiple days. Typically for me, I like to book my desk on Sunday for the following week. I could do that consecutively, so Monday through Wednesday, or just Monday and Wednesday. I can now filter by those dates, and any desk that fits those date criteria will be in green for me to book. So now I have the option to book next Monday and Wednesday. Right now, the workflow is I book a desk. I then, 4 hours before my reservation starts, am asked to complete a health questionnaire. And then I'm also asked after that to confirm I'm going to actually be using my desk, or I can free it up if I'm no longer going to be in the office. We also want to make it easy for employees to find resources due to the tools added to get their work done. So I could filter for amenities by conference room as well as desk. This is all customizable, hence the 24-inch gaming monitor. But this allows me to filter for, say, a standing desk. Now only the desks with the standing desk capability will be shown in green for me to book. And then lastly is the people tab. This is personally my favorite. I like to know where people are at all times, especially when we're thinking about COVID. There's been a whole year of maybe new hires or maybe people switching locations. So if I haven't met someone or if I need to locate someone to ask a quick question, it's really easy to do so inside of Robin. So I can do that by typing in someone's name. And if they're in the office, I can click on their name and it will actually highlight and hover to their desk in blue, making it really easy for me to get a visualization of where they're sitting and where I need to go to find them. But taking it one step further, I can create a team in Robin. This can be really literal in the sense of it's my direct manager, my direct teammates, or I can just make it like my friends. I want to know when certain people in different teams or departments are in, so I could plan my desk according to their schedule. So I just added Alberto to my team. I now can see who's in this week. So right away, I can see from a list view of who is in of anyone. And to get a little bit more of a visualization, I can click on their name and hover to their desk in blue, making it really easy for me to know, okay, cool, I want to come in because Derek's in. I'm going to book that desk next to him right there. So really that's the process for booking a desk inside of Robin. Again, we have been around for 7 years. We're located in Boston, and we have the tools for the admins to get started managing their hybrid workplace. And we've been helping hundreds of companies return to the office in this time. So feel free to contact me. You have my information, but looking forward to helping in any way that I can. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much, Maggie. And last but certainly not least, Nye with Space IQ.
Hello, I'm Nye Cannell with Space IQ. I run the marketing here. Space IQ and our suite of products, we can do a lot of different things, right? Our mission is making workplaces good for business and great for people, right? Down from the smallest customer size to the largest, to education, to healthcare, we can provide all of it. Archibus, being the leading and the creator of the IWMS, is one of our foremost products, down to CereView, one of the foremost space planning products, and SIQ, which is a off-the-shelf turnkey product that anyone can get up and running on. We're also backed by JMI Equity, so we are focused on innovation and being a leader in the space. Some of our customers for Space IQ across our spectrum, you can see, go from education to tech to financial. I wanted to talk about some of the problems that exist in the space and really why hoteling has become more, I would say, important since COVID. So what problems do we solve? We're empowering administrators, employees to safely return to the office, right? Your challenge and your clients are challenged by continually changing legislation pertaining to social distancing, building capacities, limiting the flow of employees through common areas, right? The other thing that's really hard is you're trying to figure out the real-time capacity and intent data for the workplace. You're trying to understand that true demand of what people are doing in this new world and what does that mean for the workplace, right? And how do you accommodate? The other part is, as workplace professionals, you're really trying to figure out how do we create frictionless workplace and enhance that employee productivity, right? And that also means how do you create navigation and help employees re-enter the workplace and giving them the data and yourself the data to figure out what's the right configuration for the future. So how do we solve those problems? Well, safe to return to office, right? There's social distancing parameters that you put into the systems. There's health attestations, admin controls and rules, advanced desk booking and notifications. On capacity and intent data, right? You want analytics around who's booking, where are they booking, when are they coming in, what equipment or attributes are most sought after. You want to understand the details down from the individual, rolling up to the teams, the departments, floors, buildings, and cities, right? That's all crucial information that you need to know and need to have ready at your fingertips. Then the last part, right? Which is, how do we empower employees, right? We want to enable them to work how they want, to come into the office as they needed or desired, to pick spaces that suit their current activity, easily inform workplace staff of issues, navigate this new socially distant workplace that they left looked completely different, and today is very much has different rules and controls. And then ultimately to find and collaborate with the people in the workplace that they wanted to come see and visit with. So I wanted to go over some product screenshots rather than going through a demo because we have a myriad of products that can suit you. And for us, it's really about providing the right solution. Some of the most common requested features, and this is just a small list of some of the things that we do extremely well. Space management and planning, flexible seating and hoteling, desk reservations for people around the globe, check-in or health screening, contact tracing, workplace groups, and team restrictions, and really a great employee user experience and mobile app. This is only a small set. As I mentioned, our suite of products goes and extends beyond that because we do have IWS functionality. We can do full space planning, AutoCAD, and just floor plans. In terms of COVID-19, what does that look like, right? There's the hoteling, health screening, contact tracing, safe distancing that you can see here, capacity limitations, right? Restricting desks to specific groups or people. Some of the things that I also wanted to point out is employee engagement and hoteling isn't just specific to a mobile app, right? Mobile app is one of the easiest things to think of, but really the employee experience extends to anything that your employee engages with, right? So you have the mobile app, you have a web portal. So if your company isn't the type who wants to pay for someone's mobile phone and those charges, you're also offering another way for someone to book. And then through kiosks and wayfinders as well. Our other product, SaraView Engage, also does a lot of the same features, but to a different level. And it really depends on what you're trying to accomplish and do. The great thing about SaraView Engage is you can brand it. Like here you can see AMC, specific to what you need. There's a lot more configurations and specificity that you can do within SaraView Engage. And then here's a view of how someone might look for assets, look for monitors, book things, and so on. All right.
Great, thank you so much, Nye, and thank you again to all of our presenters for flying through a really quick demo of your products, which I think was really helpful to see for those of us who maybe don't have access as employees to how these can work and how they might be beneficial for some of our employers. We do have 7 minutes left, so if anyone did have any questions for the presenters, we could absolutely take a handful. Also, there's been really nice chat going on with some questions from Sarah, which I also was kind of curious what happened there when somebody didn't show up. So it's great that there's a lot of those things in place. Does anyone have any questions for the presenters? And if not, I don't think anyone would complain about getting 6 minutes back in the hour.
Allie, it's Elham.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to chime in and let all our presenters know that usually at our conferences, we do have display areas for technologies. And a lot of it in the past has been about ride matching because that's a bulk of the TDM market. But I definitely see an opportunity for some of the vendors to come and exhibit. There would be a fee, but I don't know. I just wanted to put that out on the table.
Thanks, Elham. That's a good suggestion. Soft plug for our upcoming conference. I'll be sure to send you guys all some information. Awesome. Well, if there are no other questions, hopefully you all can see my screen. Feel free to take a quick picture. We'll make sure all of this is also up on the ACT website. The recording will be available. Thank you again to all of our presenters for coming on with your friendly competitors and giving us a glimpse into your amazing products that you all are working on. And thank you for all of our Telework Council members for being here today, as well as the other ACT members. Don't be afraid to join the council. We'd love to have you. And Elizabeth, thank you so much for making this all happen in Zoom for the council today. We really appreciate it. And I hope everybody has a great Tuesday.
Thank you very much, everyone. This is great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.